Hello everyone, my name is Yetan Bhupathiraju and we are the Debug Thugs. Our team members are me, Zach Flores, Hudson Davis, Cameron Martin, and Thomas Shrink. This is our project website for Dyslexia Helper. The landing page is meant to explain the product quickly to someone who has never seen our app before. In the top right, we have our main navigation with links to features, screenshots, install, about, and our GitHub repo. We wanted the site to work like a real product page so the user can learn what the extension does, see examples, download it, and view our source code. The main headline says reading the web should be easy, which was the core idea of our project. Dyslexia Helper is a free Chrome extension built for accessibility. The purpose is to make websites easier to read using customizable fonts, spacing, highlights, and reading tools. There are also two main buttons here. The first lets users download the extension, and the second jumps down to our feature section so they can quickly understand what our tool offers. Now let's get into our main features. These cards summarize the major tools inside our extension. We support dyslexia-friendly fonts like Open Dyslexic, spacing controls for letters, words, and lines, and color customization for different contrast preferences. We also added reading aids like a reading mask, text-to-speech, magnifying glass, dictionary and thesaurus lookup, complex word highlighting, and custom keybinds. This section is important because it shows the app is not just one accessibility setting. It is a toolkit that users can adjust based on what helps them personally. Next are screenshots of our extension. These help the user see what the pop-up actually looks like before installing it. On the left here, we show what our home menu looks like, and the reading aids working on a web page you can see in the middle, and on the right you can see our UI theme customizer. We included these because blank descriptions are not as helpful as seeing real screens from the app. After that, we explain how to use the extension in 4 simple steps. Download it, extract the files, load into Chrome using the extensions page, and then you can just start reading from there. This is a Chrome extension for a class project, so users can install it manually using the developer mode. This install section repeats those steps in more detail and includes another download button. We wanted the download path to be easy to find whether the user is at the top or bottom of our page. Finally, the footer links back to the main sections, the team page, our GitHub repository. So, from top to bottom, this landing page introduces the app, explains the features, shows real screenshots, and gives users a way to install it. Now, Zach is going to explain the problem we focused on and why a tool like Dyslexia Helper is useful.
Hi, my name is Zach Flores. The problem we focus on for our project is that many websites are not designed for comfortable reading for users that have dyslexia. A user with dyslexia might need to open a homework article or a news page, any kind of documentation or PDF. They will immediately run into small font sizes or tight spacing. These websites typically have distracting layouts or long paragraphs with low contrast. Without our app, users usually have to piece together a workaround. This involves using many different services that are inefficient and time-consuming. They might zoom the whole browser, affecting every single page they visit, not just the one they're looking at. Or they could even copy text into Google Docs, use separate dictionary services, or maybe even AI to summarize or make a screen reader that was not designed for quick selected text reading. These steps interrupt the reading process and make comprehension very difficult. For example, imagine a student named Alex. Alex has dyslexia and has to read an online article for class, much like the
Hello, everyone. My name is Hudson Davis, and I'll be going over some of the goals and the architecture behind our project. Our main goal was to create a reading accessibility toolkit extension that works on many of the most popular websites today. The goals for us were first, to let users personalize reading style with font changers, sizing, spacing, and color options. Second, we wanted to provide reading aids, such as a highlighting tool, a reading mask, a magnifying glass, and complex word highlighting. Next, we wanted to add comprehension tools, such as dictionary lookups, synonym finders, paragraph summarizers, and text-to-speech. Lastly, we wanted to allow users to save preferences so that they did not have to rebuild their custom setup each time they open the extension. Our extension is built with React, TypeScript, and Vite. React powers the pop-up interface. TypeScript helps us keep the settings, key bindings, and helper functions safer and easier to test. And Vite is also used for the extension so that it can be quickly built and efficiently. Our extension also utilizes Chrome Manifest v3. The pop-ups will send messages to a content script, and the content script will then apply changes directly to the active web page. For example, when the user changes letter spacing, the pop-up will send a message, and the content script will update all the readable elements on the page. Here's a sample slide of the architecture flow of our web app. For our project, we also decided to use Chrome storage, which allowed us to save preferences, fonts, themes, and the custom key bindings in our extension. Text-to-speech uses the browser's web speech API, and the dictionary definitions come from the dictionary API. Lastly, our synonyms come from Database. One thing that we thought worked really well was separating the pop-up and UI content from the content script. We also found that it was challenging for PDFs because normal web page styling does not apply cleanly to browser PDF viewers. That's why we decided to build our own separate accessible PDF viewer. Now I'm going to pass it over to Cameron, who's going to start our main demo using a sample workflow.
Hi, my name is Cameron Martin. I'll start the demo from Alex's point of view. Alex is going to open this dense article for class with the default text is hard to scan. First, I'll open up the Dyslexia Helper extension from the Chrome toolbar. And on the home screen, we have categories for font, spacing, background, reading aids, dictionary, text-to-speech, profiles, and themes. I'll start with the font tab. I'm going to increase the font size and apply it to the entire page. Now the body text is larger without Alex having to zoom the entire browser in. Next, I'm going to choose the Open Dyslexic font. This changes the readable text while trying to avoid breaking navigation and page controls. Now I'll go to spacing. I'm going to increase the letter spacing, the word spacing, and the line spacing. You can see the page becoming less crowded, which helps Alex track words and lines more comfortably. Next, I'll open background. I'm going to apply the Dyslexic soft theme. It changes the page's background and text color to a softer contrast, which can be easier than harsh black on white text for some users. Now I'm going to open the reading aid, and I can highlight a portion of this page, go back, and I'll be able to highlight it so Alex can now mark important parts of the article. I'll also enable the reading mask. As I move through the page, the mask helps focus attention on one section at a time. Finally, I'll enable the magnifying glass. This gives Alex a quick zoomed view without changing the whole page layout. I can also increase the magnification level from the pop-out. Now Thomas will continue the story by showing comprehension tools, text-to-speech, profiles, and the PDF viewer.
Hello, my name is Thomas Schrank. At this point, Alex can read the page more comfortably, but there are still words and paragraphs that may be difficult to understand. For that, we can highlight a word of text. We can go to our Dictionary tab and click Use Selected Word. This will use our selected word to generate a definition of the word, along with synonyms of the word. In addition to that tool, we can scroll down here, find a full paragraph, highlight that, and go down to our paragraph summarizer. Click Use Selected Text and Summarize Paragraph. This will generate a more simplified, digestible version of the paragraph. If Chrome's built-in AI summarizer is available, the extension can use that. Otherwise, we built a local fallback summarizer so that the feature will still work, regardless of if you have that. So here you see we have a more comprehensible summary of the paragraph that Alex can read. So the next tool I will show you is our TTS. So now we can select this same paragraph as before, go to our TTS tab, and here we have a slider for the speed at which the voice reads the text aloud to you, so we'll start that on just 1. We have a list of different voices you can use. I'll just select this default Microsoft David. We can click Read Selected Text.
This is the second part of a 2-semester capstone course in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering for
Stop TTS to stop the text. So with the slider, we can change the speed at which Alex wants to have the text read to him.
This is the second part of a 2-semester capstone course in the Department.
So that is our text-to-speech tool. Next, I will show you our customization with keybinds and profiles. So if we go here, scroll down to keybinds, you'll see that by default, I had some input there, but by default, you'll have toggle reading mask, toggle the magnifier tool, highlight selected text, read selected text, stop the TTS once it's read, increase font size, and decrease font size. So here we see that it's all keybound to Alt, but we can click these and say reading mask can be R, magnifier can be M, highlight selected text is just H. Then we click select those, save those keybinds. So then back on our page, if I click R, you'll see that it'll toggle that reading mask, M it'll toggle that magnifier, and if I select some text here and press H, you'll see it'll highlight that selected text with our new keybinds. The last thing I'll show you is maybe Alex wants to view the syllabus as a PDF. So here, once we have a PDF open, you'll see our tool will generate this button saying Open Current PDF in Accessible Viewer. So we'll go ahead and click that. It'll open up this new tab. This tab integrates a lot of our tools into a PDF viewer, so you can navigate through all the pages, jump to pages, you have zoom in however much you need, and you'll see we have a reader view that just translates all the text from the PDF into just text that you can change the text size of, line spacing, letter spacing. In addition to that, you can read the page.
CSCE 492 syllabus http://
Stop reading. This one doesn't select, it just reads the whole page.
CSCE 4.
So you can do that on any page of the
To
PDF.
contact me, which you should whenever.
And then we also have a split view so that if you want to, you can have the text on one side along with the original PDF on the other side. You can also have a toggleable reading mask for that text. This was a goal we had for the project because we wanted it to be usable on web pages and PDFs, as a lot of online content is viewed in the form of PDFs. So, to summarize, Dyslexia Helper helps users personalize their web pages, focus on reading, understand difficult words and paragraphs, listen to selected text, save shortcuts, and read PDFs in a more accessible format. Thank you for watching our final demo. We are the Debug Thugs, and this is Dyslexia Helper.